Greetings, I'm Jack Dunaway. Now, I've been described as many things. Some have called me a thorn in celebrities' sides. Some have even gone as far to describe me as the final nail in the coffin of the celebrity career. Others have described me as the piece de la resistance of investigative journalism. That's their opinion. You'd literally have to be an Inuit not to know who I am. That's an Eskimo to you and me. We've seen how the blundering middle-aged villain can never get the better of some pre-pubescent kids, or how a witch chooses to spike an apple instead of a Smirnoff Ice. An odd choice. Now, armed with nothing but my ability to woo, I went out in search of these characters. Unfortunately for you, armchair explorers, I took a camera crew with me. Enjoy. We're here in the home of one of the most beloved characters of old, a housewife's favourite, the once cowardly lion. Mr. Lion, just give us a small insight into the world of the lion actor, if you would, please.
Well, these days for me, acting takes more of a secondary role behind my main job at the moment, which of course is public appearances.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, anywhere that needs opening, anywhere for red ribbons, supermarkets, garden centres. I'm there with my little claws, just a slice through the ribbon, and away we go.
That's great. I bet those claws do come in handy. Are we talking, large gigs? Are we talking Harrods of London, or are we talking, a local Superdrug?
These days, I'm more into the the smaller communities. Just recently, I opened a garden centre near Three Holes in Norfolk, and
nice.
And a branch of Waitrose near Saffron Walden.
So, what is it you're up to?
I'm campaigning.
Are you campaigning, are you?
Yes.
For what?
I'm running for local office.
Oh, wow. You're running for local office, are you? Right, well, tell us what you want to bring to the local area.
I will bring order, control,
Right.
and a sense of security to those who deserve it.
I'm hardly surprised by that. How do you mean to enforce these issues?
I will bring strict policies. I will bring corporal and capital punishment and public hangings.
Public hangings to the local area. They'll love that. That's just what we need. You've got a pretty bad reputation already. You tried to murder a small child, amongst other things. Doors being slammed in your face. How do you expect to change voters' minds and get people to put pen to paper and vote for you?
Well, those things were just hurdles in my life that have made me who I am today, and the public will see that. A good politician has the power to change people's minds.
That said, a perceptive politician would probably have known when to give up. Speaking of not giving up pestering us. Little Red Riding Hood, I see you've swapped the basket for a bucket these days. What's this in aid of?
Yes, well, I'm trying to collect some money because, you see, I'm always trying to help people in this world.
That's a reputation you've always had. And I see the red cloak is still with you?
Yes, and I'm going to stick with it. I mean, no matter what people say, this is merely just a cloak. It's not a symbol of anything. I just like to wear the cloak.
Yeah, don't let them judge you. I mean, what are people saying? What are they saying this cloak means?
They say all sorts. They say that it's a sign of prostitution. They say that it was because I was sexually active during my time with the wolf.
I wasn't. 11 years old?
By the way, 11. People seem to forget that 11-year-olds are just children. I was a child. Nothing was going on.
That's quite disgusting of them, really, isn't it? I mean, have you had genuine abuse while you've been doing the charity work because of the cloak?
People do say all sorts of things, like all sorts of names come out, like slut and whore, and I'm not going to put up with it because I'm not.
You shouldn't have to.
No, I'm not. And I look on things like Wikipedia and Google, and I see it all there, plastered there, for my friends and family to see. They don't want to see that about me. They know the real me. They say that the wolf was some predatory male and I was succumbing to his sexual needs or things like that. I didn't do that.
That's not true.
I didn't do that.
It's not true. It's not true. Surely someone ought to have said, sweetheart, don't go into the woods on your own. Are you saying that this is your residence?
Indeed, sir, indeed. I have taken up my home here amongst the trees, and the fowl of the sky, and the creatures of the deep.
Really? I mean, it was an extremely cold winter. How was the winter?
I foraged amongst the hedgerows and slayed whatever creatures I could find, and of course I fished, if only, why only, even this very morn I was fishing upon yonder pond for carp.
In this very pond, sir?
Tench.
There are fish in
Pike.
that stagnant pond?
No, of course not.
Then
I ate a pigeon,
a pigeon.
raw.
A raw
I
pigeon.
failed even to pluck the feathers from its back.
Cinderella, if you'll allow me to be frank, I'm going to dive straight in with the question that everyone's been wanting to know. What was the breakdown in your relationship with Prince Charming?
Well, to be frank, what do you expect? He married 4 people, for God's sake. What?
We can hear you.
What is this? Why is it always about me? It's always
No one's. No, I don't think anybody's blaming you.
4 women.
Rescuing, so I didn't like when I went out. I didn't mean to fall in love with any of them, and I didn't want them to fall in love with me. I was just saving them.
So in each case, you've been the noble man,
Exactly.
helping the damsel in distress. I mean,
But the press don't see it like that, do they?
no, of course they don't.
just
They
see it as
paint
a
a bad
news
picture.
story.
I mean, what would you say your relationship is like with women these days? Then are you looking for the one or the 4 or
All past that now, mate. Honestly, it's
just
marriage and women. It's all gone. It's now. This is me. Come down here, play a bit of snooker, meet some mates, go for a drink, go out into town, just find one night stand sort of thing. Run
Yeah.
away from the marriage, mate.
start shagging?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
pretty much.
Yeah. I think,
How that monotonous tool ever got with a woman,
join
never
us?
mind
Yeah.
4, I will never know.
Come down, mate.
Then again, some women are a bit odd, aren't they?
I will not be moved!
Whoa, all right, little one, you're all right. What's going on here?
They want to kill the trees.
What are you on about? Who?
The trees. The beautiful trees. They want to kill them.
Oh, that's
Can you hear them?
I can hear you over there.
I've chained myself to Sebastian, my tree, because they're going to tear them down, and I don't want them to, because they give us life and they give us oxygen, and if we don't have them, we'll die.
Speaking of death, this guy couldn't get an acting job as roadkill.
In a way, it's dried up. What were the advent and rise of CGI characters? Of course, then I get human actors to play the roles of animals. So essentially, I'm redundant. You know, I auditioned for Lion King. Simba, remember who you are, and didn't get anything. They gave it to the guy from. He played Darth Vader, wasn't it?
I think, yeah, James Earl Jones was his
Then,
name.
I've tried theatre work, but I couldn't even get into Cats.
People, I don't know what they think they're missing out on. I do remember you being linked with a panto many years ago. Maybe we're talking 15 years ago now.
You find it was 17 actually.
Oh,
and,
was it?
And I played. I had a part in Jack and the Beanstalk in
marvellous.
Peterborough Showcase Theatre with Tim Robbins, who you might remember as the Countdown warm-up guy.
No, I've never heard of him.
No, well, it's fair to say he wasn't a great actor. And I
Right.
think he's one of the reasons why the show got pulled after only 2 performances.
Not because they had a lion in Jack and the Beanstalk, which is quite an odd choice.
No.
No, okay.
I am attempting to further myself and to forge a new career.
In
Entertainment, young man, entertainment.
What? Television? Entertainment?
Children's entertainment.
Children's...
Yes,
as in children's parties?
of course.
Like a celebrity appearance?
Naturally, where I once struck terror into their tiny hearts, now I intend to strike joy and jubilation.
So you want to entertain
Amongst
the children...
the jelly and ice cream and balloons.
You want to entertain the children as in juggle for them, or well?
I beg your
probably
pardon,
not
young man.
juggle, but
Do you mock an afflicted
entertain.
man?
I'm not trying to mock anybody.
You mock
Captain.
my hook.
No, never would I mock. So, why is it locked to this tree exactly?
This is Sebastian. This is my favourite tree.
Hello. It's a nice tree, but Why haven't you strapped yourselves to ones that are actually going to be cut down? Because this tree is protected. This is a private garden.
Yeah,
this one's not going anywhere.
I mean, it might not be.
No, it definitely isn't. Why don't you tie yourself to a real tree that's going to be cut down? Or is that not your vibe?
I love Sebastian.
This mockery of a hook. Plastic. Barely even deserving of the name hook. A mockery indeed of my own name. Where once there was a brazen claw of steel, sharper than a razor, sharper even than my own wit. Now, there is this. Barely more than a child's plaything.
And why have you been reduced to such a poor means?
My prescription expired with the NHS, young man. I had to purchase this from a fancy dress shop.
That's,
Disability, my boy, is no laughing matter. You mock, I see, but this appendage is the bane of my life.
I can only imagine, Captain.
It brings woe to my very existence.
The 11-year-olds are innocent, and I was innocent as an 11-year-old, and there's no need for people to call me names like slut and whore and...
Harlot.
Oh, don't. It's awful. The amount of names like bitch and slag, and it just...
Hussy. Whore.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's never ending.
Blowjob
And
lips.
thank you. Thank you.
It's a disgrace.
Oh, it is, but sometimes, you know, someone just likes to wear red, and I like to wear my cloak.
The minds of others.
The minds.
All very enchanting indeed. Who'd have thought that bunch of misfits would have made such an enchanting documentary? Me. That's why I agreed to do the piece. They say a documentary should say something. This one would say, don't judge a book by its cover, but rather by the freaks inside. The great Danielle Steele once said, if you can see the magic in a fairy tale, then you can face the future. What a load of tosh. Au revoir.
The trees are alive. The trees are alive. Do not kill the trees. Do not kill the trees.
Thought it a bit cheesy, having monkeys already have been in space, and I don't want to do that.
Sorry, go again. Just carry on going.
This is me in Apollo 13. You can see me if you look very carefully in the deleted scenes in the extras menu. I did quite a lot of shooting for it, but in the end Hollywood thought it a bit cheesy, as the monkeys already beat me into space, so they thought, why do we need another animal? So sadly, it was omitted from my portfolio.
Excellent.